Hello everybody, and welcome to Dining with the Don. I'd like to start out by telling you a little bit about myself, about how I came to love food so much. My family loved cooking, and the men in my family were great cooks, and that's one of the things that brought me to my love for cooking. My father, my grandfather, my brother, all phenomenal cooks. That gift was given to me, and it was a blessing. I want to teach people about good food from scratch, not processed food. It's so easy to cook good food at home, and we're going to get into that, and we're going to have a lot of fun doing it. I'm going to start right now with my favorite thing, a cocktail. When it comes time to cook, it's all about enjoying yourself. Having family around, having friends around, it's what makes it important. A good glass of wine, if that's what you like, fantastic. Could be a red, could be a white. A margarita, if that's what you want. Personally, the Don likes his martinis. And I like martinis with good vodka, a splash of dry vermouth, and stuffed blue cheese olives. And when I do my olives, I hand stuff them myself with a good quality blue cheese and a colossal olive. So let's get started with the martini. I think that's about ready. And look at that. That is a beautiful martini. One of the great things I said earlier about food is how it brings people together. It brings families together. It brings friends together. Holidays. Our world's so crazy, we get caught up and we forget to take the time to enjoy life, to enjoy family, enjoy friends, good food, and that's what it's all about. Okay guys, let's get started on a nice meal tonight. And we have some friends over. We're going to be making a stuffed pork tenderloin, and we're going to be making a phyllo dough asparagus. Simple, delicious meal. You're going to love it. We're going to start with our good pork loin. Pork is a great product, especially for families. You can go to the market and buy pork, very reasonable, and the quality of the meat is just fantastic. So what we're going to do is we're going to start by putting a slice down the length of the pork loin. Now this is a large pork loin, it's not a small pork loin. And then we're going to open it up. We're going to take our knife and we're going to run our blade down the knife. We want about a ½ inch of meat. And we're just going to keep working our knife down there. This is kind of a favorite dish, and we're going to be doing a lot of that. What's your favorite dish? We have a lot of family favorites. We have a lot of very great family favorites that we're going to be working on and doing. So we're just going to, once again, we're going to open this pork loin up. Beautiful piece of meat. And I think we pay like $1.39 a pound. So, you know, if you're cooking on a budget, cooking for your family, which you should be doing, because once again, we're not about processed food. We don't want to serve our families that. They deserve better. And also on this show, we're going to be talking about something else. The men. We expect the men in the house to cook. This isn't a lady's job, and they work just as hard as you do, I'm sure. So it's about all of us pitching in. The whole family can pitch in. That's what's great. Do you remember Sunday dinners with the family? I hope some of you still do that, and if you don't, you've got to get back to it. You just got to get back to it. It's a beautiful thing. So here we go. We opened up that piece of meat. And we've got it laid out. We're going to season it with some kosher salt, Don't be afraid to put some salt on stuff. Don't listen to your cardiologist. We like salt. And we're going to put some nice pepper on that. We want to season the inside of the meat. And personally, today, we're going to go with mushrooms, onion, fresh basil, fresh garlic, and blue cheese. Now, if you don't like blue cheese, I get it. You don't have to cook with blue cheese. You can use another cheese. You can use cream cheese if you want. It's whatever you like, and that's the important thing. This is about whatever you like to eat. You know, we've got to expose our kids to food at a young age. There's nothing worse than a kid that goes, I won't eat that. We're going to start with some onion, and I'm using a red onion today. You could use a sweet onion if you want. You can use a yellow onion. It's totally what you want. So we're going to cut that down, and we're going to go ahead and slice that. We want to slice kind of thin because it's going into the pork, and we really want to be able to roll the pork and butcher tie it. We're going to get some beautiful mushrooms, fresh mushrooms, no canned mushrooms. So there we go. So we've got our onions, we've got our mushrooms, we've got some beautiful blue cheese, we've got some fresh basil, we've got some garlic, and once again, fresh garlic. You can't go wrong. Now, if you want, you could surely use a garlic press. That's up to you. Personally, I like the taste of the garlic in my food. Just slice it real thin and enjoy the flavor of the garlic in the meat. Okay guys, we've got our garlic chopped up. We've got our onions, our mushrooms, our blue cheese. I think we're ready to go. Okay, I'm going to brush a little bit of butter on this, on the inside of this. And we're also going to brush some butter on the outside, but we're just going to get it going. We want to get those vegetables to have some beautiful seasoning on them. So what you're going to do, guys, is start with, when we're done, we want the fat end of the meat up. So what we are going to do is start rolling our pork from the meat end of the pork loin. We're going to start with some onions. We're going to add some garlic. We're going to add some mushrooms and fresh basil right out of the garden. It's very simple to have some fresh herbs out of the garden. You could have a small container on your back patio. It's just a wonderful way to give great flavor to your food. Now, we're going to go with some beautiful blue cheese. We'll break that up. Okay, so what we want to do is take this and just start rolling that over. You see how we take that? Get all that meat tucked in with all the nice produce. And we're going to roll it over. And it's okay if some falls out the end. That's what you want. And then when we're done, you notice how we have the fat on the top. Because let's be honest, the fat is where the flavor is. So we're going to take some butcher tie. Now also, if you can't find butcher tie, go to your local hardware store, and that's where you're going to find it. Because I was out the other day looking and just couldn't find it anywhere. Now, Now the other thing is, as far as butcher tying goes, don't fret, don't worry. It's not a science. There's so many ways to do it, and I'm sure a chef will tell me that I'm doing it wrong. But the bottom line, you can do it individually if you want, and just do each tie like I'm doing on my first one. Or if you want, you can do loops and tuck it under, bring it underneath, and cinch it up. And then do the same thing, do a loop, tuck it underneath, and cinch it up. Now remember, once again, if you're uncomfortable doing that, there's nothing wrong with doing individual ties. Guys, we're not gourmet chefs here. We're people that love food and we love to cook for our families. That's what this is all about. I guess I should have had an apron on. Okay, look at that. That is really nice. So I think we're good at that point. Now we want to cut this off, leave some string. We want to tuck it under and just give it a quick tie to cinch it up. There you go. You've got a beautiful, beautiful piece of pork that was simple. It wasn't hard. And all we have to do now is a little more salt. Some nice pepper over the top, and it's ready to go. I like to do it on top of the oven. I start on top of the oven. I sear the outside to get a nice coating. Oh, you want that coating just to glaze up and just be beautiful, all that fat. And then I throw it in the oven to finish it off. And we'll talk about temperatures, because people, if you remember when you were a kid, your mom cooked pork till it was like a shoe leather. You don't have to do that. When my mom said there was pork for dinner, I cringed. But when she said there was a lot of things for dinner, I cringed. Now we want to check those pork loins just to see if the bottom's searing up real nice. See if we're locking in all that flavor, all that good juice. And I'm going to walk you through how to do these pork loins, and they're going to come out perfect every time. We're going to roll this one over. Oh, and look at that beautiful crusting. So the pork is just starting to crust up. We're getting that nice glazing going on it, and we're going to roll this one over and do the same thing. That's what you want. You want that outside seared in, and that fat is going to lock in all that flavor. And these are just going to be beautiful. You're going to love them. Now remember, guys, you want to get these browned up on all four sides, so don't be afraid to roll them over a few times. Be careful. That butter, the oil's hot, but look at that beautiful glaze we have going there. Oh my God, look at that. That is going to be so delicious. Let's get this in the oven. Be careful, this pan is hot, and it's going to get hotter when it goes in the oven. And it's heavy. Okay guys, we've got the pork in the oven. It's going to cook on 425. It's going to cook for about 15 minutes. We're going to check the temperature on it as it goes. We want our pork at 145. It's going to come out beautiful. While that pork is cooking, we're going to go over and make a beautiful phyllo dough asparagus. You're gonna love it. Okay, we are gonna start with the phyllo dough asparagus. You're gonna love it. It's simple, it's delicious, and I can't wait to make it for you. We got a cookie sheet. We're gonna do a light spray. We've got a beautiful phyllo dough. Phyllo dough is so simple, it's so versatile. You could use it with so many things. And it's in the freezer section of your local grocery store. Don't be afraid to buy it and try it. I always say that, buy it, try it. Hey, what's the worst thing that could happen? It doesn't come out good. So you figure it out, you do it again. So we are gonna take a couple sheets of phyllo dough at a time. It's real light, so you wanna be careful when you're laying it out. It's almost like paper. That's why I use a couple of sheets at a time. And I'm gonna lay this out. And there you go. And look at that. We're gonna lay that out like that. And a couple more sheets. I'm gonna overlap it a little bit. And then I'm gonna put a light coat of butter on the phyllo dough as I layer it, because we wanna get a couple layers. Phyllo dough is so thin, we wanna get a couple layers on it. We wanna get it built up. And we want this is almost gonna be like a pizza. So you tell the kids you're having asparagus pizza and shut up and eat it. And we're gonna go ahead and spray it with a little cooking oil. And then I think we're good on the amount. We're gonna do one more layer just to get that built up. And phyllo dough, you keep it in the freezer, use it when you need. It'll stay, it'll last. Bring it out, thaw it out though before you try doing it. Okay, we did the phyllo dough, fantastic. Now we're gonna get out our asparagus. We've got some beautiful asparagus we bought today. I couldn't believe it was just perfect. I didn't even think I was making this dish today, but when I saw the asparagus, I had to do it. And that's something you've got to think about when you're cooking. It's all about what's for sale at the grocery store this week. Go to the local grocery store, cherry pick the sales, the meat, the vegetables, and that's what you cook. That's what it's all about. And as you do that, you'll get better and better at putting recipes together for your family. And that's what's so awesome. That's just what's so awesome. Now with this, I'm going to cut off the ends of the asparagus because the ends, you could see the difference between that and that. So you want to get rid of that white end. Now some people are going to tell you, oh, you have to peel the end of the asparagus. I don't agree with that, but everyone has their own way of doing something. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna line this with the asparagus. And it's gonna take a little time because you gotta lay it out. Some asparagus is longer than others. So we're just gonna keep lining that asparagus. And we're gonna keep trimming it down. Look at that. That's just gonna be so pretty. Man, it's gonna taste delicious. Now, what we wanna do with this is we are gonna put a beautiful, beautiful Parmesan cheese, fresh Parmesan cheese. Don't get this kind of stuff out and put it on your beautiful dinner. We're gonna use some fresh Parmesan cheese. And we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna get a grater, and we're gonna grate that cheese right over the top. Look at that, how beautiful. Beautiful flakes of fresh aged Parmesan cheese. And you wanna go with a good age. You want at least 12 months. Get a good cheese. You'll enjoy it more. Look at that. Oh, that's going to be so beautiful. That goes in the oven and cooks. And put a good amount of cheese on it. Okay, look at that, how pretty. Okay, we've got this all ready to go. A beautiful asparagus on phyllo dough. We're going to get that in the oven. The oven's set on 375 because I want it to bake a little hot. I want it to bake a little quick. I want to crisp everything up, have that phyllo dough come up and just brown up real nice. That phyllo dough and asparagus is ready. It looks beautiful. We're going to go ahead, we're going to add a little bit of salt to it just to give it a nice snap. A little more fresh ground pepper, always fresh ground, easy to buy. You can buy the pre-made fresh ground pepper grinders. You don't have to have one that you have to add all the time. I'm going to add a little bit more Parmesan because I personally just love that fresh Parmesan on there. And it looks great. And remember, when it comes to food, if it looks good, it's usually going to taste good. You can see good food at a restaurant. When you go out to eat, presentation is so important. So look at that. That's just a beautiful dish. Simple and easy. Okay, we've got the phyllo dough and asparagus ready to go. So we're going to go ahead and get it cut so it's ready to plate. And when the pork's done, we'll rest the pork and we'll have everyone come and dig in. We're going to go ahead, check that pork for temperature and pull it. Oh my God, look at that. I think we are in good shape here. Let's get that probe in there. That temp shooting up. And there we are. We've got that 140 right where we want to be. Maybe a degree or two over. So perfect. We're going to go ahead and pull that pan. Now be careful, this pan is so hot. That oven is hot and this pan is hot. So we're going to go ahead, we're going to get this over. All right, we're going to very carefully pick up that pork and we're going to put it on a nice cutting board. Look at that. Oh, that's just beautiful. And we're going to let that meat rest for a little bit. We want it to sit. When meat comes out of the oven, don't cut it right away. You want it to sit for at least 5 minutes. You want that juice from the meat to draw back into the tissue. I'm going to go ahead, take a little bit of that juice and just pour it over the top of that pork because it just looks pretty. Okay, now guys, look at that. This is going to feed a family of 5 and probably 2 meals. We're going to let that meat rest for a while before we cut into it. And guys, we're ready for dinner. Simple, clean. And here's the thing, you don't have to make a ton of different side dishes. Tonight, we're just doing a pork, but we've got the onions in there, we've got the mushrooms, we've got the cheese, we've got the garlic, and then we've got the beautiful phyllo dough asparagus. So it's going to be a healthy meal. Once again, everything from scratch. And that's what we're all about, teaching people to cook from scratch, teaching people to cook homemade food from the heart. Okay guys, we have let this beautiful pork loin rest for about 5 minutes. Let it cook down, relax. Everything's going to melt back in, all those beautiful juices. We're going to go ahead and cut it. Don't worry about the string. Tell your kids, set it aside, don't eat the string. So we're going to go ahead, we're going to cut this pork loin. Look at the color. We're going to cut it about 1/2 to 3/4 of an inch thick. You'll notice all the cheese, the basil, oh, just beautiful. We're going to go ahead and cut this one complete because I know everybody is going to dig into this and they're going to fight over it. Beautiful piece of that phyllo dough and asparagus, guys. And I got to tell you, simple, delicious, and your family's going to love it. The great thing about this meal is we probably cooked enough food for minimum 6 people. And we cooked it for under about $28. So to feed a family a gourmet meal like this for under $28, and you're gonna have leftovers, how can you go wrong? Enjoy, God bless.